Good afternoon. My name is Gabby Sandoval, and I'll be presenting in behalf of my group. My group members are Alexis Jackson and Kevin Riley. We are writing our essay based on the benefits of performance-based budgeting. Performance-based budgeting is also known as PBB. The definition of PBB is the use of performance measures to monitor the use of funds and identify ways to improve productivity and the management of public programs. The history of PBB begins in 1950. The method was created in 1950 in response to the Hoover Commission, which had urged the government to create an innovative method to control cost. As a result, they created PBB because it improved productivity and the management of public programs. PBB was very effective and efficient and continued to thrive in the local government. It was not until 1990 when PBB came back to the federal government. This was due to a review that was made by the Clinton administration in which they wanted to figure out which budgeting program or system would be the best for them. And they found that PBB was the best fit. In our research, we have also found that transparency is a key term. Transparency is one of the most important public service values, and the way that it's linked to performance-based budgeting is that public administrators are able to be transparent with the taxpayers by letting them know what they have accomplished through the use of funds and what their goals will be in future funds. PBB is found in the states and internationally. 47 out of the 50 states are mandated to use PBB. The 3 states that don't use PBB are Massachusetts, New York, and Arkansas. 16 of the states use a strategic plan in addition to the PBB. The rest of the 31 use PBB because it helps them in improving management and performance. The countries that have and continue to use PBB internationally are Canada, Sweden, New Zealand, and France, just to name some. Most recently, Poland made the transition from a traditional budget system to PBB because they found that by using PBB, they would be able to improve public finance management, be more transparent, and have accountability. In regards to PBB processes, there are 4 associated areas that can be used to improve an agency's budgeting process. The first one, performance measures, is composed of 3 components. Input, and input identifies an agency's staffing levels dedicated to a particular task that could also consider the knowledge level of staff. The second one is output. Output measures the production. It's the result of input. The third one is outcome. The outcome determines the result of output. It can also identify the benefit of the output. An example of this is If I develop a traffic signal timing by inputting data into a model, the output will be parameters based on the input. If the input is accurate, then I can use these parameters to implement a signalized intersection. The intended outcome is that cars, buses, and pedestrians will have efficient mobility because of the inputs, which yield the output for implementation, and the result is the outcome. Furthermore, performance budget. This is budgeting developed based on defined PBB measures. To continue on with that example, based on that outcome, the government agency could fund more projects to improve infrastructure for improved mobility. Then we have performance management, which develops a plan to progress performance measures. For example, this could be a mobility planning document that addresses carpooling, lane expansion to increase capacity, and other topics. Lastly, performance evaluation. Government agencies should revisit processes collectively to assess if improvements are necessary. Next, we have a case study from the city of Baltimore. A case study was written about the city of Baltimore in which they were able to perform measures based on outcome. The city of Baltimore's initial issue was correlating which city programs created the maximum value for its residents. The city went through a process which included public outreach and outcome budgeting that focused on several categories. They then worked with the internal staff and constituents to develop a proposal that could be submitted to council for adoption. As a result, it improved the city's budgets programs. In conclusion, performance-based budgeting has many benefits. Some of them have been transparency and accountability, while there's others such as improving financial management. Lastly, here's a page of the references that we have so far. Thank you.